Live. All right, we are live, everyone. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining for It's Oil About You. It's Oil About You. We are here on February 8th. It's our second Friday of the month. And for those of you that this is your first time joining us, welcome. For those of you who have been with us since almost a year since we started, or somewhere in between, thanks for coming back and thanks for checking out today's episode. So we're going to talk about, as you've seen from the schedule and from your reminder emails, Valentine's Day DIY. So it's just my mission always and forever to help you guys use your oils and find more ways to use them. So it's not about having more stuff. It's just about finding more ways to use the oils that you have and to experience the power of the essential oils in your everyday life, but also when there's special occasions and, you know, just to be a little bit creative and have fun and share love and connect with, you know, for this episode, Valentine's Day DIY, connect with yourself, with your partner, with your friend, whoever you're spending this time with. Of course, you guys know from when we're doing, you know, these episodes weekly, we're always talking about, you know, giving back to yourself and taking time for yourself. So it's not just about Valentine's Day, doing something nice for yourself or your partner or your friends, but this is the time when people are thinking about it. So just want to encourage you guys to get your creative juices flowing, be creative, have fun, enjoy your oils, and then continue. So there's always time to carve out, you know, me time and time for you to relax. And so, yeah, today's a really great episode because we have Marisa and Mikel here with us. They are the owners of Purple Lotus Massage and Wellness. I'll let them tell you all about themselves because I don't want to like miss anything. They are fantastic. They were here with us when we were talking about creating that DIY spa day for yourself. And Mikel chimed in and let us know about how you can really reach the valve of your lymph here through behind your collarbone. And that's why when we were doing this episode, I immediately wrote to Marisa, I'm like, you guys need to be on because I feel like this is what they're doing every day. They're connecting with others, they're connecting with each other, and they have a lot to share. So thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and take it away.
Thanks, London. So yeah, we're based here in LA, and Purple Lotus is all about having one-on-one private healing sessions as well as group healing sessions. And I love the DIY Valentine's Day because I think a lot of people assume that we have this like picture perfect relationship, and really it takes attention, right, to like go into that romantic space because we're in business with each other. So I love that you reached out and was like, hey, do you want to join us on this? Because it was a really great reminder leading up to it. Okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to apply this? You know, and actually putting it into practice. So,
yeah, thank you for having me. I'm really excited because I'm from Austria. I was born in Vienna and I grew up there. And I worked in many spas in Austria. So like things came up for me, what we use in the spas as well, what oils we were preparing, and I'm going to talk about one of the oils I was really passionate about and still passionate about later.
Yeah, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like I can only speak for like, yeah, certain parts of America, but in Austria, living there, it's like the wellness culture is really big. And there's so many wellness hotels and people take like the time to go and do these like week-long, you know, times just being at these wellness hotels. And they call it, I don't know if it's what it's the right word, but a kur. So it's like kind of like a cleanse or a time to like, yeah, relax. That's what my boyfriend's mom calls it. And so, yeah, that's another space I've really been, you know, getting further and further in for myself is taking the time to, you know, go in and relax and think about wellness and health and things like that. And then when I'm here, it's almost like, and it's at an affordable price. And it's like, yeah, a lot of people go and it's just kind of like a hangout spot and a place to just, yeah, love on yourself. But when I come back to the States, I feel like that's kind of one of those things that are like really luxurious and like they're super expensive sometimes. If you really want to go to a spa day, it's like, you know, you can't just like be on an average income sometimes and go to those nice wellness spas or whatever. And so that's why I like this episode too, because you can create like your personal oasis right at home with your essential oils and not have to spend like a grip of money and be able to, yeah, work with your partner like you said. And so it's interesting kind of seeing both edges of the coin. And I know that we have viewers from both. So we have viewers from like Austria and Europe and from here too. And so if you guys want to, yeah, chime in and in the chat box or later on in the YouTube comments or hit a reply and let us know. It's just been something that's kind of interesting to me. They take a lot more time in Austria to kind of like it's okay to just be. And I really, really like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved, London, how you mentioned earlier that this isn't just for couples, because I find that in order to be present in my relationship, doing the self-care for myself is so essential.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just start diving into like how to use these oils.
Totally.
And I mentioned, you know, like a hot bath, like putting frankincense and lavender. We personally don't have a bathtub, so what we do is foot baths. So we'll just get like a container, like a rectangular container to put the hot water, and then we'll put our oils in it, the lavender, the frankincense with some Epsom salt. And it's just so nice to just like decompress. And there's just something about that heat that just allows your body to melt. And then having the lavender in it and the frankincense just helps you go into that next state. So yeah, hot baths, foot baths, whatever it is. And it's great because we'll just sit in our kitchen with our feet in our little foot bath, and we'll do check-ins. You know, every morning we've been just starting off with like, all right, how's it going? You know, because I think we get so caught up with all of these other stuff that when we're able to check in, then we can start to be fully present with each other.
Yes. And I love the foot bath idea because I do that too. And I just use the biggest pot that I have, like my biggest cooking pot. And I just fill it up with warm water. I'll warm up the water. And that's what I use for my foot baths. If I do like Epsom salt, or sometimes I'll put deep blue in there to like, you know, just if I've been running a lot on my feet. So it's like, you don't really have to have, like this spa bath or whatever. Like I just use my pot from my kitchen and put my feet in it. Of course I wash it afterwards, but you can just, create your own experience right there. I love that you said the foot bath. Cause then, if you don't have a bath, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and especially I love also what Scott said. He said that you know, essential oils are more important than ever, because when we were walking barefoot, we get these essential oils from the floor. But now we're in cities and there's concrete floors and so on. We're not getting anything of that. So foot bath is a great way to also get it into your body, because there are a lot of pores down there. So it's easier to absorb it.
Yeah, we just keep them covered up like socks and shoes and just like suffocated. That I noticed too with running and like knee pain and back pain and things too, it starts at my feet. So it's like, it might be there's a pain here, a pain in my knee, but if I take the time to, massage out my feet or use one of those balls to kind of get in the little spaces in between I think they're called, tarsals, right? Your tarsals and metatarsals are on your feet. Carpals and metacarpals on your hands. It's been a while since I've taken, but right in between, I know you guys know the terms I'm talking about, like right in between that space, like here, but on my feet, if I just dig in there, it really makes a huge difference. So starting, at the root, at the ground, our feet is so awesome and can be so relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something else that Anna, they came over and they introduced me to the aroma touch technique. So this is if you're not familiar with it, it's a series of 8 oils. It's balanced lavender, which is good for, relaxation. And then it's melaleuca and on guard, which is good for like cleansing, boosting the immune system. Aroma touch and deep blue, which is great for the muscles. And then wild orange and peppermint, which is this like invigorating. So this is really great because, Michael and I know you also, London, did the certification.
Yes.
Be, aroma touch technique certified.
Mm-hmm.
But the awesome thing is that like you can go online and find the steps for this and just find a friend or a partner and just do it on someone else. Like you don't have to be certified. And it's just such a great way of tuning into the sensation of touch. And so, we have our massage table, so we'll do it on the massage table, but you can do it on the bed, you can do it on the ground if possible. And it's just, well, Scott says aroma touch is our favorite couples therapy.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I love giving and getting the aroma touch. The oil sequence is fantastic. Like you said, it's like grounding and relaxing, and then you get to the end where you have the wild orange and the peppermint, which is so invigorating. You end up feeling like relaxed and rejuvenated all at the same time. I would say on both ends too, because I love when I'm giving the aroma touch even if it's like, okay, I've been here visiting my family for a couple months, so I've been invited like, yeah, old high school friends, family, whatever, to come over and get aroma touch. Sometimes like not necessarily strangers, but people that are like friends of a friend. And it's so awesome to even, yeah, give them to strangers. So if anyone's not strangers, but like people that that you don't really know or aren't in a relationship with or whatever. So if you guys are interested in getting certified or learning how to do it, I put the link in the chats, but it's something really cool to do because you get to see, like I'll sit there and when I'm doing the hand part or whatever, I'm like closing my eyes. And when we're doing, you know, the 5 zones where you're moving through the body, like it's so relaxing and so great. So don't think that just because you're the one giving the massage that you're the one, like, let's say out of a treat on Valentine's Day, you'll definitely just, it feels so good. And then they end up all in my hands and it just feels fantastic, fantastic.
And the cool thing about aroma touch is that it's technically not a massage. You're just applying gentle hand touch. So I think some people feel like, oh, but I'm not a good massage therapist, or they feel like they can't relate to. They don't believe they have the ability to. But really, it's like the power of touch. It's like that's all. That's all you need. Like babies aren't touched, they'll die because it's such an essential sensation for us to thrive in life. So able to take 20-30 minutes out of your day to share this with someone, it's such a gift for both the person receiving and for the person giving it. So yes, definitely. And I know Scott had recommended, Michael had gotten back from a trip to Europe, and Scott was like, just give him an aroma touch as soon as he lands, And so sure enough, I had the bed set up and he came and I gave him an aroma touch. And I remember you said that you felt like the jet lag wasn't nearly as bad.
Yeah, I didn't even feel any. I also used the oils while traveling though.
Yes, and using them for jet lag, especially I love peppermint and deep blue and aroma touch, like the ones with the wintergreens and the peppermints to beat jet lag. And if you get that rubbed on your spine and your feet and your hands with the aroma touch, I can just imagine that would be fantastic for jet lag. Fantastic. Especially if you can, get that good night's sleep that first night, and not wake up at 2:00 in the morning thinking it's time to like do things. That's really awesome.
Absolutely.
Let me just say something here. Most of you don't watch. Roll the video back a second and watch Mikhail's face when she tells that story. He's still getting benefits from that aroma touch now because he smiles like crazy when she's telling that story.
Yeah, totally. It's all about, the experience and the memories and the habits and like the good feelings that you create using the oils too. You're right. You get to experience again and again. Thanks for noticing, Scott.
And one last thing I'll say about the aroma touch is that when we did the training together, it took me into that state that I go when I do yoga nidra, which is the yoga of sleep. And it's that space between being like, I'm not completely awake, but I'm not completely asleep. It's that in-between state where the parasympathetic nervous system is so activated. And this is the nervous system that allows our body to rest and recover. And that's where the healing happens. And that's where I feel so good and am able to be like in full receptivity mode. So aroma touch is something I would definitely like encourage people to explore because it's such an awesome tool to share with a loved one, a friend. So
yeah. And I have, like I said, I've been doing them here. And so I've been doing them on, my friends and friends of friends. And so some people, like one girl came over and she was unable to sleep for like to get a good night's sleep for the last few years. And she also suffered from PTSD. She's a veteran. And she messaged me after the aroma touch, like the next day. And she was like, London, I haven't slept that good. And like, I don't even remember how long. I slept so good. I didn't have any nightmares. Like I was just like gone, like just asleep, woke up, just rejuvenated. And so that's also like such a cool, like it just reminds me how amazing these oils are. And it's what keeps me doing what we're doing every single day. And, doing the classes and teaching people and sharing because you get to see, the magic that they create in other people's lives and the solutions that they're able to give to other people, to get a good night's sleep, like things that, if you're sleeping well, you take for granted. And so, stories like that are just like, oh, yes, so this is not just like, it is relaxing. It's great, but just know the benefits of it are just like above and beyond. It's a gift that keeps on giving for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, great feedback. Awesome. Next tip. What do you guys have for us?
So before we go into there's three individual oils that we want to share about. But one thing I noticed in this last week is the importance of tuning into what it is for you that gets you to become fully present. And I realized, like, for me, it's dancing. So, like, being in my body. And so just a few days ago, I was like, Michael, we're going to have a dance party in our living room. And it just helped me become so much more present, because if I don't do these little things to help me become present, I'm in my head about like what I have on my to-do list or what my day is looking like tomorrow. So these next three oils, you know, to just like mix with, you know, fractionated coconut oil, and take, you know, once you're done with the aroma touch and you want to do a little bit more massage with your partner, then these oils are really, really powerful for that. So I'll go ahead.
So my favorite oil for me to connect to my heart and to my truest being, to be authentic, is black pepper.
Ooh.
Beautiful black pepper oil, and it is also the oil of unmasking, which is really helping me to be real, to be truthful, and being grounded at the same time. So many times we think you have to be somebody we not really are, and we're not embracing ourselves, so we truly our essence, which everybody's individual and beautiful inside. And it's okay to go through waves, but using that oil for me, it really helps me to step into my truest self, unmasking and being vulnerable and open with my partner and myself, really connecting to me. So
Awesome. And does it smell like pepper? I haven't used black pepper before. I have the pink pepper, which I got with the doTERRA, the new kit that they gave at convention, but does it smell like pepper?
yes,
Okay.
it's amazing.
Because the pink pepper doesn't smell like pepper to me. It kind of has a sweet smell. So I was curious to know about the black pepper.
Yeah, it really smells like black pepper, and it smells, it's very, it's invigorating. It's also a little sweet in a way, which I really love. It's like, it creates like this sweetness in you to like be, you know, as vulnerable and as connected to myself as I can. I also remember that the black pepper is what they use. Like, I worked in a 5-star hotel in Austria called Jagdorf in Stubaital. Shall we speak German?
Exactly. Go for it.
Ja, natürlich.
Genau.
Ja, richtig.
Kannst du Deutsch sprechen, Marisa?
Ein bisschen.
Okay, perfect. You can have a little German speaking. It's all about you one day.
Exactly. And they had a black pepper line specifically for men there was like the erotic line of men, really. So women can feel attracted and men can feel empowered to be themselves. So that was a huge thing. And I just remember that when I thought black pepper, I miss black pepper. And I remembered this is what happened there. So this is it was tested like around the world for like one of the most erotic oils for men.
Awesome. That's so cool. And the power of smell is just like, you smell something and you're like, oh, where did that come from? Or like, where do I remember that, that smell from? And that's, one of the amazing things too, when people connect to those like memories, we're like, this reminds me of like, calm or relaxing or connecting, with my sexuality and myself and my partner. Like, that's really, really cool when you have those times, because half the time we're moving so fast, we don't even take the time to like, and take the time for that smell to connect with our brain and to connect with our bodies. It's so cool. I love that you found that oil. For me, that oil is Douglas fir. It's just game changer for me. I love that oil.
And I love so much that it's really the oil of unmasking in the emotional book. And unmasking, like just taking a mask, leaving it there, and be real. Be yourself.
And that's especially important too, or like it's always important in all of your relationships, but since we're talking about Valentine's Day and DIY and connecting, it takes a lot for a lot of people to be vulnerable and to take that mask off and to show themselves. People can be in relationships with people for years and, forget to take the time to like, be open and vulnerable and like, just, connect and reconnect, and probably continuing to do it, you know, on a regular basis throughout your relationships with your friends and whatever. But I like the emotional meaning behind black pepper, because it's just a reminder for us to be like, it's okay to be you, you know, let it out and it, you know, and be proud of it and, you know, respect it and bring it to the world. And so that's really cool. I love the emotional book and the emotional connections between oils. I get so excited about this.
Yes, because so many times we hide and we think that's the way to go forward. But if we actually allow ourselves to be vulnerable, it takes courage.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing so and being open and telling the truth to ourselves and our partner, because sometimes we don't even realize we don't tell the truth to ourselves. It's a huge step forward. We go through the wounds and then we see the other side.
Yeah.
We're not stuck with it and be stagnant. So it's the movement really gets you.
Yes. I love that you say that, and I love that it's coming from a man. You know, it's just like, it's so great. You know, that's why I like or love being around, Scott, and you guys too. It's really cool to, you know, to hear that coming from a man, because they think like, oh yeah, it's oil about you and oils and it's just girlies getting together and but it's really about just connecting with yourself, and it's not a sign of weakness. So some people think that like being vulnerable and open and using oils to kind of explore that space is a sign of weakness, because if you show your feelings and you show your emotions and you show who you truly are and your flaws and your cracks and things like that. Where was I talking about this? Was it with Diane? I don't remember. We were talking about how like when you have your pottery and then there's like cracks and you can fill it in with like the gold and make it beautiful and make it your own. It's a really powerful way to use the oils, and just to show your strength, not your weakness, and to explore what that, you know, feels like and is really uncomfortable for a lot of people. But I'm not about making people comfortable. Got to get, you know, push yourself a little bit further.
Yeah, so holding it back in is actually weak, because then you're afraid to express.
Mm-hmm.
But vulnerable and showing and letting everybody know who we truly are, this is courage and this is strength.
Mm-hmm. And we need that freedom and that release. No holding things, you know, deep in. You don't need to tell the world everything, but it's good to have those connections with people and to have your oils to help like just keep things out and not stuffed in.
Right. I also want to say one more thing. I'm team, and we talk about some things we should only tell men, and other things are really good to speak to a partner if you're in a relationship with a woman, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you don't want to scare the other partner as well.
Yeah.
Like, if there's more questions about, I can definitely answer them, but it's really important to be vulnerable, but on your terms for a man.
Of course. Yeah, I love that you say that. Yeah, you don't need to, it's not about just all of a sudden, crying and throwing out all your emotions, on your terms. I like that, being vulnerable on your terms for men. Awesome. Cool.
To show the reference for, you know, the book that he's talking about, I'm asking, and you mentioned the emotions and essential oils. This book is amazing. Like, this is what I was first introduced to oils with my curandera, my healer woman, probably about 5 years ago. She had showed me this book, and it's just absolutely incredible. And it's in this book also, they talk about lavender being the oil of communication. Why it's so great to start off with the lavender and the bath, because it's about, you know, being able to open up our throat chakra so that we can express ourselves in whatever way or form that looks like. So I would highly definitely recommend this book if you want to like explore deeper the connection of the essential oils to the emotion.
Yes, I'm going to put it in the link in here, the emotional book. I think that's the right one. Books, brochures. Yep, here we go. So yeah, it's just like a $20 book. It's really awesome, so powerful. And sometimes with oils, you'll see like if we do a scan, or you might smell an oil and be really drawn to it and think, okay, I looked in the physical book and it's for like, I don't know, like for example, like vetiver is one for me. And like the reasons that you use it, like PTSD and certain things, traumatic events, like for me is not a certain thing. Like I don't have that, but I connect with it, on an emotional level, and it makes me super calm and super relaxed and go to sleep. Same thing with Douglas fir. When I open the emotional book, I almost have the experience like Scott does, where you want to throw it away, and you're like, how does it know that I'm experiencing these ancestral traumas and things like that? And it's really, really cool. So if you guys are drawn to an oil and you look at the physical components of maybe what it would be used for, let's say, for plant medicine or natural medicine, in terms of like physical stuff, look and see what it can do in the emotional area, and you probably will be really blown away. Mm-hmm. Yeah, any other things to share with us?
Yeah, the last oil we're going to share about is the passion oil.
Yeah, I figured you'd talk about this one. That's what I used on the graphic. Passion's fantastic.
So this is it's known as the inspiring blend. So passion, I think sometimes people think they may relate it to like a sexual experience, which it can be. And I also like to think of it as feeding our creative side as well. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes connecting with if there is like feeling like you're feeling a block, like this is a great way of just thinking outside of the box and just like using way you can just put it with some coconut oil and like rub it into your hands and use this as part of the massage as well. But this blend is with cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, sandalwood, and jasmine. And jasmine's another really powerful oil that one is actually the oil of sexual purity and balance. So jasmine helps to nurture healthy sexuality and helps to balance the sexual cord. So I thought that was really cool. It makes sense that that's in the passion.
Mm-hmm. It works.
It works. The show's over. Bye. No, I love the way that passion smells, especially because of all the grounding oils, like you said, and then the jasmine's really like uplifting. It smells fantastic in the diffuser as a massage oil. Like they're just using it to inhale, aromatically straight from the hands. It smells, I absolutely love it. And I really love anything with that cinnamon, because it has that warming and that, like with the On Guard too, it has the cinnamon in it. I love that feeling of having, and probably the black pepper creates that too, I would imagine, because the pink pepper creates kind of that warmth sensation on my face. But it's a really awesome oil. I love it. So you guys can get your passion on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just to offer a few massage tips, effleuraging, taking the oil and just
Absolutely.
So if you're laying down, like it doesn't have to be anything, like just tuning into your own intuition, and like just like effleuraging is just kind of this like smooth like butterfly movements.
Okay.
And so like the back, the lower back, but what's also really nice is the chest, right? So after working on the back, the legs, if you turn around and just working on the heart center, a lot of times a lot of people have tightness in their upper back, and it could be also because of the tightness in the pecs. So working on the pecs and even like the tapping too, is a really nice way of moving that stagnant energy.
And open your heart.
Yes.
So get creative. You've got the passion oil to help tap into that creativity, and likely if it's feeling good for the person giving it, it's probably going to feel good for the person receiving it. And sometimes when we're in our head and we're thinking, oh, am I doing it right? Like the person can feel that. So just like trust yourself. Trust, that you're being guided, and just open, have fun.
And you can, have fun, totally. And you'll, like, I love that you said it's kind of like butterflying, but like when you are massaging someone or touching someone's body, they'll be able to sense, what you're bringing to the table and which energy and kind of vibe you're bringing. And it's really cool because, yesterday I did an aroma touch on a lady, and she's really, high energy, high strung, high stress, whatever, like doesn't ever take the time to slow down. This was only her second time doing massage or getting a massage in her life. And the first time she wouldn't even like take her shirt off. So she made the person like massage her. She was like, I can't, this is just like too much. But she was so relaxed, and you can see it in the person's body and like in their face, just everything and relaxes. And so we're human, we have, even though maybe we talked about, the connection to the gut and the brain might be a little bit muffled, maybe your communication and touch with other people might be a little bit muffled. And it's a good way for you to connect with people, and you're human too. So you'll be able to see like this person is relaxed. What I'm doing is working. We're not like, it's not something that you have to feel like you need to have, you know, a certification for, and like need to know all these special techniques and whatever. Just like do what feels good for you and what you feel feels good for them, and whatever is making them, you know, melt in your hands and relax is really awesome. Really, really awesome.
And the receiver, feel free to communicate what it is that you want too. So it's like coming back to that communication.
Yeah, exactly. It's opening, the lines for communication, the lines for connection, and and even, if you're just sitting, if you're doing your thing, I mean, people get so worked up that Valentine's Day, you like need a date and you need like this fancy stuff, whatever, like having some time alone for yourself is like freaking awesome. So like own it and take it. Don't beat yourself up because it's a holiday that, you know, puts some pressure on like something for no reason. Take this day as a reminder to love on yourself and to continue to make those habits moving forward. And so today's the 8th. You still have time until the 14th that it is Valentine. So if there's anything that inspired you, any of the oils that we talked about, you can get on Aroma Tools or aromatouch.com. I put that in there to learn how to do the technique if you want to inspire or give a gift to someone special this year. And you can get any of your oils. You'll have them all in time. You can pick up a bottle of Passion if you don't have it yet and throw it on your order and get it in, with plenty of time for Valentine's Day. So take the time to think about yourself or someone special that you love, and how you can give back both ways, to yourself and to that person. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is so cool. I love that we can connect at least every week from afar. And Scott, do you have anything to add here before we sign off?
The only thing I can say is the best part of for me for doing doTERRA is just people like you guys. Having people like you on the team is just phenomenal, because I sit here and learn more than I probably ever teach you guys. This is just fantastic. And one thing I want to say about Valentine's Day is it's a day. It's not the one date at the end of the day. It's not one thing. Surprise them in the morning. Do something during the day. I know for us a lot of times is, even though it's a weekday, there's studying that's going on. There's work that she's doing, work that I'm doing, and things like that. It's the little things you do throughout that day that just make that day a little special. It has nothing really to do with the gift. Time is the greatest thing we can ever give. So give up your time during that day, and you're going to have an absolute blast. And these are just parts of it. So you guys are phenomenal. I love listening to you guys.
I know, you guys are fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Scott, for being here and hanging out and learning and being supportive as always. I put the link to your guys' website, which I believe is, the Purple Lotus, purplelot.us, and you guys can check them out. And then they're also on Instagram, but I'll let you guys sign off and let people know where they can connect with you. And if you guys are fortunate enough watching to live in the Los Angeles area, you can meet them live in person and get some fantastic treatments.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then, we'll see you guys next week. Next week's a really awesome episode. I'm super excited about this. This was Scott's idea, and we both have been like kind of geeking out on what we're going to teach and what we're excited to talk about. We're going to do hacks on how to get free oils and, get the most points and the most bang for your buck. This is not only for builders like we normally do on the third Friday of the month, but it's for anyone that's using oils, whether you are a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate. It doesn't matter. We're going to cover both ends and let you guys know how you can get the most bang for your buck and have some fun getting free oils and just getting rewarded for being healthy and doing your thing and spreading the word through yourself and your family and your friends and your web of network, or for those of you like Marisa too and Mikael, like if you're actually sharing it and doing it as a business, how to get the most out of it as well. So thank you guys. I'm heading back to Austria. I leave on Sunday. So next time when we do It's Oil About You, I will be back in Austria now after spending a couple months here in the States. So I'm pretty excited about that. But now I'll be a really big jump away from you guys next time. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys have any questions, you can always hit reply on the emails or leave comments down below when you have the YouTube replay later. So thank you guys again for joining. Bye, Scott. Bye, everyone who's here. We have Christina, Delisha, and Vincent. Thanks, guys, for joining. See you later. Bye.
Bye.